Everybody, the old T-Rex is on the mend. I broke my rib right over there. That nasty big piece of channel iron I showed you I was splicing for the fork extensions there got the best of me. This is day 7 now on my mend. It's raining and gloomy today. I did some back grinding on that channel iron that bit me last week. So my ribs are starting to be able to do some work, but I thought I would do this instead right now. Okay, here we go. Here I sit, broken-hearted, paid a dime and only farted. Now there's my first drawing right there. Now, I told you I was going to do some upgrades, and here we are. Okay, now, let's just explain this. Okay, here we go, get my pointer out. Okay, here's the pontoon, which is right there. See, that's the head. That head right there is off of one of these, that right there. But there's the head that in question right now. Right there is right there. Okay, and these distances will be determined so that everything works for steering. Okay, so now there's the pontoon right there. Here's my water level. Estimated water level. I'm probably not even going to be at halfway in the depth with this boat when it's on the water. But wherever the water level is, we got to adjust all this stuff so the inlet is below, probably at least 6 inches below the bottom of the wave. But wherever the water line is, just have that in. And you can adjust it as you go. You can just set the height. So anyway, here we go. Here is my lifting linkages. And my steering linkages are going to be on the back. See up here, I had the lift connected. The lift connected to the piping system for the drive system, but that was going to be more because I had to have this 90 swivel to do my steering, which it could bind and jam and all that kind of shit down in the water. And who wants to work on this potential maintenance problem in the water? So you could lift it out for sure, but so I eliminated that. I just thought about it and I went to this route. So now I've got a pivot point right here on my solid pipe. This is my solid pipe here for my bearing there. I'll probably put a flange bearing like this one underneath right here too. I'm going to make a custom well machined centered perfectly piece of pipe. This will all be perfectly centered. So now what we got, I'm going to start with, let's see, I'll show you now. That welding machine right there is a liquid air Wolfpack 270, and it puts out 3-phase power. It's a nice machine, and it's got a Honda drive motor, 30 horsepower Honda on it. So now we're going to go back here. Okay, let's go here. This is a shaker screen from my buddy's woodlot here to separate the fines out of the chips and stuff. And right underneath, there's an electric motor right there, 3-phase motor. I think it's about a 10 horse. So I'll just try that one, I guess, just to prove this thing out. But he has some more electric motors because he tore his sawmill down and sold it. So he's even got a 400 horse motor. I might take that one too. But anyways, now let's get back to here. So we're going to have that electric motor right there, or another one from up at the shop. Might pick out a different one, but anyways, my welder will run that 10 horse motor. So anyway, so we got a motor stand here, base, and probably boxed in the back to make it like an angle so it'll hold both directions. Now we got the motor, a PX coupling, flange bearing, 1.5 inch shaft, flange bearing, probably this space here would have to be a minimum of 2 feet to give stability to the shaft. Probably 24 inches should be fine because that's an 1.5 inch solid shaft. Bearing. Now this is going to be, I want that bearing a foot above the water line. Now when the water goes in here, I'm going to have, this is just going to have this redirection plate for the flow coming in. This is just going to help the water to change direction to go down. Some's going to leak by, which is okay. And in the back, I'm going to have holes, probably 2-inch holes, 3 2-inch holes here. So that any water that leaks by will go out them holes. And any water that gets redirected will go push down. Now here we got, this is going to be my pressure seal. It's not even pressure. It sort of is. It's like a minor pressure seal. It's only probably going to have like I would say 0.01 of a pound of back pressure here, like inside this seal. So now the blade's this is gonna be a custom made seal flange, and the top of the propellers I'm gonna machine, put them on a lathe, and I'm gonna machine them true. The backside will be true, and then they're gonna extend into here probably a 1/2 inch maybe, and then this is gonna be between inside here to the top of the blades that'll be machine true will be a 1/16 of an inch clearance, and on the tips of the blades inside here will be a 1/16 of an inch clearance. Underneath doesn't matter because we want the water to go this way, so this will probably be at an angle. So anyway, so that's my design for that, and I think it's going to work just fine. It's going to work great. This is going to work great. I can already tell. Anything I design in my entire life, everything I've designed works like unbelievably good. Sorry to say that, but it's the truth. And yeah, here's my lift cylinders right here, back of my deck right here. And these arms will be determined. I'm going to make like a mock-up with 2x4s and all that stuff, and just kind of see how the linkage works. And then I'll get my design, my sizes. I could probably draw it up too. And this here is my steering. It's going to have a little hydraulic cylinder in here, just a little shorty, probably 8 inches long, 1 foot long, and it'll steer both ways. And really, like, it's just so simple. This design is so simple, it is unbelievable. Easy maintenance. A monkey could change that motor. You guys got a couple grease fittings there. Grease fitting. You know, it's simple. Hydraulic cylinder. It's like so easy, it's unreal. So there's my seal box. There's my rear pontoon. I call them motor lift links. There's my steering knuckle. And this video is 7 minutes long, which is probably too long. Anyway, I better close my mouth and post this for you guys.